People who have been in a car crash in Florida often think, well, if I call a lawyer, that means I'm filing a lawsuit against the other party. And that's a reasonable position to take because that's often how it's portrayed in the media and movies and things like that. That actually is not usually how it operates. Usually what happens is if you're in a car crash, you hire a lawyer, about 85% of the time, we don't need to file a lawsuit where we actually are filing paperwork with the court. 80 to 85% of the time, we are able to resolve a case in a settlement that never sees the light of day in a courtroom, that doesn't even get filed in any courthouse. The notion that we are always going to file a lawsuit just by getting into a case with a client, that's far from the truth. And the reality is, I don't want to have to file a lawsuit because when I file a lawsuit on behalf of a client, we're looking at about 2 years of litigation. The way that breaks down is that's 2 years before you get any money out of the case. That's 2 years before I get any money out of the case because attorneys like me were paid on contingency. We only get money when we get money for you. There's no incentive for us, as long as the insurance company is being reasonable, which oftentimes is not the case, but as long as they're being reasonable and we can get a settlement for a number that you would be happy with, then we don't need to file a lawsuit. And we don't want to have to file a lawsuit. That's the thing. I take no pleasure in suing somebody. Having said that, if they're offering you $10,000, but your case is worth $100,000, that is why there are courthouses and that's why there are lawsuits. When the insurance company is not treating you fairly and the number isn't even close, then I don't have any problem in filing a lawsuit on behalf of my client because the insurance companies need to be held, responsible for that which they owe. When they are trying to take advantage of a client, that's what drives me to really fight my tail off for clients. And sometimes that means we have to file a lawsuit. When you're in an accident and you hire a lawyer, that does not mean there's a lawsuit. Most times there will never be a lawsuit. Do lawsuits happen? Yes. And sometimes they have to happen to get you that which you have coming to you rightfully. But most of the time, we don't need to file a lawsuit. We can settle the case without that hassle of going to court. If you have any questions about that, give me a call. I'm always available to talk to my clients and talk to new folks who might need my services. I appreciate it.